Hi friends, we're back with more cooking with Stevie James and Mommy. Today we're making homemade pesto, which is Big Brother Colin's favorite, and it's super easy to make. And the first thing that we're going to do is roast some pine nuts and some garlic in the oven. So what I do is I just take some pine nuts, maybe about half a cup or so of pine nuts, and you can use any nuts. I ran out of pine nuts the last time that I made this, so I made it with walnuts, which was also quite delicious. And then you can actually use a variety of greens. I like to use some basil, but I've made spinach pesto before, I've made kale pesto before as well, and it's a great way to add a lot of greens into your diet. So we'll roast these pine nuts. I'm gonna spread it out, and I don't like to make it super fancy or anything. I just kind of fold up the sides of this foil, roast it until it's brown. So I normally do about 300 and check on it in about 5 or 10 minutes, just to make sure you don't burn it. So not super high heat. And I'll throw in a little bit of garlic in here as well. Maybe about 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, and I have to cut this up. But I'll throw that into the oven and then show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I ended up roasting the pine nuts and the garlic for 10 minutes total, but I flipped it halfway so that it didn't burn. And this is kind of what the end product looks like. So once you want it to really be brown, but obviously not burnt. And the garlic, I just peeled the skin from the garlic cloves, and I ended up making 5 cloves just because we love garlic here. So I have in here 2 cups of tightly packed basil, and I actually have some leftover spinach that I needed to use, so I use about 1 cup of that. And I'm making a lot of sauce here, so definitely if you don't need that much sauce, then don't make a lot. But yes, we eat pesto a lot, so I'm planning on putting this on some salmon as well, so should be pretty tasty. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this directly into the blender. And then I'm going to add about 1/2 to 3/4 cups of grated Parmesan. And I honestly just normally eyeball it and then like taste it later, so give or take some. And then since this is a big batch, I have a big bottle of olive oil. I'm gonna put in about 3/4 cup of olive oil to start. And then blend it. And then what I'll do is I will add some salt and taste it and make sure that it tastes good. And that's it. Okay, so we're going to make salmon with this pasta, and I found some king salmon, which is one of my favorite kinds of salmon to eat, fresh at a wild caught at the market today. And I'm gonna take this out. It's a nice big piece. Ooh, look at that. So we're gonna dry this off, and what I'll do is I will season it with some salt and then spread the pesto mixture on top. And then I'm gonna air fry it today just because I just don't wanna deal with pan frying it, and I wanna save some time. So on my air fryer, the setting is 400 for 8 minutes, but this is kind of a big piece. So I'm probably gonna let it go about 10 minutes and check the temperature. And then if it's not ready, so I like for it to be 140 degrees. So I'll check it, and if it's not ready, I'll let it go a few more minutes. And then that will be the protein that will go with our pesto pasta today.